I remember when the earthquake occurred, it shut down the Seinfeld show for 3 weeks.
The earthquake hit in '94, and if I hadn't been doing Seinfeld, I would have moved out of Los Angeles.
My house was perched on the hill, and I thought, I wonder if I'm going to take a ride now in this house, in this bed. Are we going to just ride down the hill?
I knew we weren't going to work because the house right next door to me had just slid down the mountain. And I go, And all the other people were running around in the middle of the night screaming and jumping into their cars to drive out of LA because they were quite sure that the aftermath was about to occur.
And I thought at the time, I really thought, please let the show get canceled. I have got to get out of this state.
It didn't occur to me much later to panic.
I was wanting to sell everything I had.
I remember being so worried that morning that we'd have work. For some reason, I was sure there would be work anyway, and there was no way I was leaving my kid.
What you need is an old car, food and water, and a good heart.
This soundstage and a lot of the stages on the lot were badly damaged.
The first day that I went to work on my first Seinfeld show, The Pie, was the day of the 1994 earthquake. That morning, I had a 9 o'clock call right here on this very lot. And because I only live a mile away from here. So when I got here, I found out, the gate guard told me that I wasn't working. He said there'd been some structural damage to the sound stage where Seinfeld was shot.
The earthquake hit and broke out both the north and south walls of our stage.
And the lot itself had been hit pretty hard by the earthquake.
No lights fell down, and nobody was injured.
At that time, the head of the lot, Mike Klausman, felt like it was going to take a few months to get the lot up and running because there was severe damage to a lot of the stages. And at that time, Castle Rock said to me, well, we have to find another place to go.
We seriously considered moving over to Paramount. They had a stage available that wasn't damaged.
And then Michael Klausman, in not wanting to lose the show, worked quickly to get our stage up and running.
There were some problems all about the studio lot with gas lines. And I thought, well, if we're going to go, suddenly an explosion occurs while we're taping, that would be the best way to go. I can't think of any better way to go than saying a line and all of a sudden there's just a big ball of fire. And they got that, of course, on camera. Somehow that was preserved, and they could show that back. I mean, that would be a real blooper.